Okay, so I am a little bit disappointed, but I am trying to cope a little bit with the fact that we finished third with, I think, around about 7%. I think, I say, I haven't done all the maths, so that's not my thing. So I was, the last few days, I was telling myself that we were going to get a result similar to what we've got, just bring down my expectations because you can get carried away when you're, like, say, in my WhatsApp group. I mean, we're all Restore, aren't we? And there were members of Restore Central Devon that travelled up to Makerfield more than once, I believe, and Canvas. So obviously, like, fantastic job for everyone that did that. And we've definitely made an impact. I was trying to work out what is my cope, where's my copium for this, and there's several. I mean, it is still a brand new political party, and I think what we have achieved is groundbreaking. No other party has gone from zero to third place in a proper election, a by-election, ever, I think. And so that's got to be commended. And one of the key things I'm taking from this is, and this is all anecdotal from the canvassers, that many of the Reform voters were saying they like Restore, they really like Rupert. It's just at the moment they think that Reform has got the bigger platform, the more likely. So it's kind of like, I think a lot of those voters will easily swap over to Restore if Reform fall off a bit. And I think Reform are falling off a bit. I think they're a victim of their indecisiveness. They're trying to please everybody. You end up pleasing nobody. So it is actually, you can tell my voice, it is disappointing. But we've got to just take that. We've made an impact. The media has been forced to talk about Restore, and you've also got to remember that this is a seriously strong Labour seat. They're not going to be able to do this in other areas. There's a few seats that they will always get, but they obviously handpicked this one, and Andy Burnham, is not the devil that Keir Starmer is. He is, I suppose to the normie, he's likable, right? Obviously, I still think he's a mental socialist that wants to destroy our country and take more money away from us in tax and all of those things. And let's see what happens with the circus that now will be a leadership election within Labour. Hopefully, now the gloves can be off, and people can actually start to see what a truly evil human being Keir Starmer is. So there are positives from this, and so don't be downhearted too much. You got to lose sometimes, and but I would say you take a lot of positives from a third place from nowhere. We beat the Tories, we beat the Lib Dems, we beat the Greens. That is not nothing. So congratulations to everyone involved, and we keep pushing on, and we keep taking the fight, and we keep waking up the people. And I look forward to getting out there in the Devon towns and canvassing on the street with people, and trying to just sort of especially bring their attention to the grooming gang stuff. Anyway, and just the final note on that is this video wasn't about this horrific story of this little boy that's been thrown into the crocodile enclosure in a zoo. The pure evil that it takes to do that. This could be a mentally ill man, but I believe, and I'm sure most of us out there, when the police are saying, and anyone official saying, do not speculate, that means that this is another case of enrichment, of diversity. I would not bet my house on it, and I would retract that comment if it turns out to be like, just a mental bloke called John. but I don't think I'm going to be. I think that we are going to find out that this is a migrant or child of a migrant, and it's just yet another atrocity at the most evil kind carried out on just the most innocent, a little boy. I mean, anyway, this video wasn't about that. Anyway, thoughts and prayers to the family, and hopefully this boy can recover from his quite serious injuries apparently. Anyway, see you soon. Bye.